And we're back live with Good Morning Crest. Today we bring you an episode of Author Showcase, and I have with me Paul Lagasse, who is an award-winning author. He's a freelance writer. He lives right here in Baltimore, founder of Active Voice, a company that provides writing and editorial services, and he is president of the Maryland Writers Association Baltimore chapter. Paul, I must say it's wonderful to have you on set with us today.
Thank you, Tamika. It's wonderful to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
now today is all about your book, Seeing Through Clouds.
Yes.
And that's a story of an airship apprentice. Now,
Yes.
we're going to talk more about that in just a little bit, but right now I would like to talk about your background. You have a pretty extensive background, so why don't you start from, when you went to school and then
Sure.
some family life.
I have a bit of my background. I came to writing through a very roundabout way. I'm trained as a historian and an archivist, and my original intention was to write history for a living. I still love history very much, and I try to keep current with the literature, but my primary interest ended up being writing fiction and writing for fields other than history, just because, well, partly because there's more money in it, but also partly because there aren't a lot of jobs for historians outside of academia. And I really, as much as I enjoyed academia, I wanted to get out in the commercial world and work for a living outside of school.
All right.
My family is from Connecticut, and we moved out to New Mexico when my father got a job at the Los Alamos lab. So I grew up amidst engineers and scientists, and I think that's where a lot of the inspiration for my love of science comes from.
And then usually people who love science like math, and that's one of my weak areas, I must say.
Mine as well, actually. I think that's another reason I ended up going into the humanities, is that I'm very bad at math.
Yeah.
My wife will attest when
I
it
like
comes time to...
language personally, but the English and the arts, I'm
Absolutely.
just more adept to those things. So your family life today, you have a wife?
Mary Jo is a librarian at the Maryland State Law Library in Annapolis. We met in graduate school, in library school. I sat behind her, and we used to get together after class to compare notes. So it's kind of a sweetheart story.
So you
there.
say compare notes.
Compare
right?
notes. She can vouch for that, actually.
Okay.
We have witnesses.
Any children?
No, we don't. We have two really sweet cats.
Oh, wonderful. And their names are?
Basil and Gunny.
Well, we have a lot of cat lovers at Oak Crest Village, so
Okay.
I'm sure they would like to know.
I wish I had brought pictures.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been nice.
They're sweet.
Well, anyway, what is your daily routine today?
I spend the morning working on my own writing. I begin with reading blogs and websites that have to do with the writing industry, keeping up with journalists and the writing trade, some technology websites so that I can keep up to date with writing technology. And then I begin to do my own work. I try to spend 2 hours a day on my own fiction. I've recently completed a novella, and I'm working on another one. And then in the afternoon, I write. I work on client assignments, the paid work that keeps me able to spend the mornings on my own writing.
There you go. Now, when did your interest in writing begin?
As far back as I can remember, I've been a reader and a writer. My mom recently sent my wife. Several years ago, she sent my wife a writing assignment from first grade that she had saved. And my skills have improved a little bit. So I was always bringing home things to put up on the refrigerator, that sort of thing.
So they never had to really force you to do your homework?
No, not the writing homework.
Not the writing.
The math, yes.
Math, yeah.